Good thing because we're live. Take it away, Kary.
Hey guys, it's great to be here from my mobile office, and I have some fantastic people today. Of course, the wizard himself. By the way, I might have ordered something fun on Amazon yesterday. We'll see if it comes in time for tomorrow. But this is Jim Edwards, co-creator of Author Wizards, and we have a very special guest with us today, Crissy. And Crissy, I want to pronounce your name exactly the right way, so you tell me.
Maier.
And it's just M-A-I-E-R, Maier.
Yes.
Fantastic. Crissy, you have a great book. It's called Blue Sky Morning. And you wrote in to Jim and I and said, hey, is this thing going to work for a soft topic? And maybe I'm clueless, but tell me what soft topic is according to your definition.
I think it's a lot of times you look at business books and it's, do A, B, C. You get a series of steps of how to solve your problem.
Yes.
A soft topic or maybe a human topic is something a little more abstract.
Sure.
And the steps aren't as clear, and what works for one person may not work for another person.
It's like a journey, and you wrote a memoir-ish book. But Jim, I think you have an answer, my friend.
I do. So your book that you're actually have a fiction book that you want to promote, right? So right now, Crissy, what is the number one thing you would like to get out of Author Wizards that you want Author Wizards to help you do as an author, where you are in your author career right now?
So a lot of times I run into people who have a problem, and I can easily tell them, read my book, but, and that is a great answer.
That is an excellent answer.
But I also want to help them, maybe take a step forward before, so that they know why they should read my book. They know that it does have a lesson for them and skills for them to pick up as they read the book.
Okay.
But sometimes it's a little bit, because it's a little bit abstract, it's not as clear as saying, do this.
And Jim, I think we got to create some exciting engagement here, because there's other people watching right now who are saying, I've written fiction or I've written memoir and I don't have a framework A+B=C book.
Right.
Go ahead, if you're an author right now, type in the title of your book. It's a little chance to show off. Or if you're working on one, just saying working on one, but type in the name of your book and let us know what genre it is. Because I think, Crissy, you're not alone. I've heard this over the years, that a lot of people don't know how to monetize a book that is not framework based.
Right.
Jim, you got a lot of experience in this as well. What are your thoughts?
So let me ask you a couple questions. When you mentioned something, when you meet somebody and they, you can help them, and they come, when you're talking to them, they've got a problem or they've got one of several problems that you have the answer for, right?
Right.
So typically, what would be one of those problems that somebody has that you could give them a tip, or you could give them some advice that would help them to feel better, or to at least move to the next step in their journey to feeling better or having recovery or whatever they need to get?
Do you want the problem or my solution?
You know what? There are three questions that I ask all the time. Okay. And this is a great starting point. And so I'm just going to ask them real quick, and you don't have to answer them, but if we start with their problem, then we can bring in our solution. So it's, what problem do you solve? How do you solve it? And who do you solve it for?
Okay.
Those are the three questions that I just have in my subconscious evaluation criteria at all times. I'm looking for the problem that can be solved. Okay. So what is a typical problem that you're just like, I got it. I got the answer for you.
Okay. So somebody I work with, or I speak with a lot of people who have cleft palates. So they look visually different. If you saw them in the mall, you may or may not notice, but they feel like everybody notices.
Okay.
And they may run into somebody like who maybe got a tattoo on their face or have done something to alter their bodies to look visually different.
Okay.
And so for somebody who's trying to hide their visual difference, to see somebody else making themselves look visually different to stand out, that can be a massive hurdle to overcome. And it can be very confusing for them. Like, if I'm trying to hide, why is somebody else trying to put themselves out there?
Okay. Let me ask you a couple other questions. And again, it's good to almost keep an inventory of the problems that you solve, because that helps you when you're trying to come up with ideas for content. It's like, okay, I can help somebody with a cleft palate who's seeing somebody that's done some sort of body modification that causes confusion and makes them feel like, what in the world is going on? It just throws them into this state. Let me ask you just a couple other things too. What other issues would somebody who has a cleft palate, what kind of problems would they face, or challenges would they face that they're dealing with internally?
Internally, they probably feel ugly. They feel like,
Okay.
they may never be normal.
Okay.
So is it fair to say they struggle with confidence?
Yes.
Okay. So could we, just for grins, okay, we're gonna jump on Author Wizards here in just a second, but would it be fair to say that you would have plenty of tips for somebody who is feeling a lack of confidence dealing with a facial visual difference, cleft palate, or anything else, war scars or something like that? Do you have some tips for them?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what I'd like to do. I'd like to go over to Author Wizards, and I'd like to use one of the wizards to come up with an idea. And then what I'd like to do then is you and I will jump over into one of the wizards. We could do the tooltip wizard. I'd like to actually try the tooltip wizard, because I think that would show you how people think of a tool like, word processor or Camtasia or Facebook or your phone or something, how we could use one of these to help people with what you're doing here. So
Okay.
is that cool? Is that a good challenge? And
let me say this, Jim, we didn't prepare this, meaning
no, purposely.
I've known Crissy for a little bit, but Jim and Crissy just met 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And they didn't prep at all. And this is all happening live. This is exciting.
That's right.
It's exciting for me.
It's true.
There you go.
Okay. So let's jump over here, and we're going to come over to Author Wizards. And what we'll do is we're going to go to the article and video. Let's go to the idea wizard. Let's do the tooltip idea wizard. Okay. I really want to see, people love tools. They love tips. They love tool tips. They love things. I feel like Tim the Toolman Taylor. That'll date me there. But let's come over here, and we're going to click on the tooltip idea wizard. And we just got to put in a couple things. So what is our main topic? Our main topic here is actually confidence.
Okay.
Wouldn't you say? I mean, it's not, that's our topic, is confidence. And our target audience is person with cleft palate. I mean, do you want to just go specifically for a person with cleft palate?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So people with a cleft palate. How do you spell P? Is that right?
1 L.
1 L. Okay.
And an E.
On the end?
Yeah.
So P-A-L-E-T-E?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad
cool.
she's doing it, because I'm challenged that way as well.
Okay. So what's a payoff or result they really want? They really want to, my target audience really wants to what?
Be more confident?
Feel more confident?
Yeah.
Okay. And I can't even type, so we're good. So, okay, now this is what's kind of cool, because this is a brainstorming tool, but it's also, will get as specific as you wanted to. Is there any type of tool or resource that just comes to mind if you were going to talk about a tool to help somebody feel more confident? Is there a tool that you can think of off the top of your head? So pretty much everybody already has access to blank and takes it for granted. If you can't, we'll just leave what it says in here that says standard tool.
Can we leave it with standard tool?
Sure, we can do whatever we want. It's your subscription.
Okay.
So what's a cool tool or resource they may not know about, but definitely should know about? So something is definitely something everybody should know about in this area. Is there anything you can think of?
would this be a place where I would put in like my book or like a coaching course?
Nope. This is more to give an idea. This is more like, okay, so if like we were doing research, you might say there's a cool thing called Answer the Public that you can go to that will give you all of these really cool, you could put in a word like cleft palate and it would tell you all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh.
And like what questions people are asking about cleft palate, what, all that kind of thing. So that's the example of something that people just don't know about. But let's just leave it as the default and let's do some brainstorming.
Okay.
Okay. So, and if we don't come up with anything, we'll do something else. So what's an existing resource? Is there software that somebody is there a tool? What's a tool that people with a cleft palate can use right now to feel more confident? And let's think outside the box. What's something somebody could use to feel more confident?
Oh, wow. You threw me off with thinking outside the box because I was going to say a support group.
A what?
A support group.
Okay, cool. Okay, so a support group would be a great tool to help somebody. Awesome. Yeah. There's our idea.
Okay. Let's
talk about how to use a support group the right way to feel more confident.
Okay.
Perfect. I mean, this isn't supposed to take forever. It's like, hey, that's a great idea. So now we're going to come over here to the tooltip content wizard and we're going to do a tooltip about how to basically use a support group the right way, because that's the tool. So our topic is confidence. All right. You don't have a title for your article in mind, do you yet?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. Mm-hmm. So is there a specific support group that you would recommend?
It's
okay to say no.
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Okay. A support group.
By the way, I'm Googling this while you're doing this. That's topic. Support group, cleft palate. Rock on. I mean, it's amazing. So good
Cool.
job.
Okay. So what exactly is this tool? This tool is what?
A support system.
Okay. A support system. Can I make a suggestion just for fun? Just say it's a group of people. It's a support system. Let's just leave it at that. I'm going to minimize my suggestions. Okay.
Okay.
So this tool is a support system, and describe it. So this is a blank tool. So what is a support system?
It's
a blank. Is it new, proven, better, easier?
I think it's proven.
Okay, awesome. Sounds like the right answer to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being flippant. I'm just like, yeah, sounds good. So where can people access this tool? So you can check out this tool where? Now this is where, put in whatever you want, because all we're trying to do is get to the first draft.
Okay. So this could be Facebook. It could be a hospital.
Okay. Or even maybe through a religious organization? Through your church? No?
I would say a private organization.
Okay.
Or like a charity.
Okay. All right. Typically, how much does it cost to be in a support group?
It's usually free.
Okay. That's easy.
But we'll have upsells.
That's not right, man. I don't think that's right. I'm surprised at you, Kary Oberbrunner. This is not a laughing matter.
I just people to realize that with charities, it's not bad to make income.
No, because that's how they keep the doors open.
Exactly.
One of the easiest ones to do with a charity is to offer somebody the upsell to fund someone who can't afford the service.
There you go.
That's a sponsor somebody else. That's a great way to make people feel good.
Ooh, I like that.
Sometimes I come up with one.
That was a good one.
Okay. So what's the payoff or result your target audience really wants? So my target audience really wants to feel more confident in public.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just saying, I mean, this is what we kind of were talking about on the other one.
You're spot on. You're listening.
Can you say that again so I can play that for my wife?
I was going to say that's gold.
Okay. So in simple terms, how does this tool help your target audience get their payoff? In a nutshell, this tool, a support group, helps you get what you want by what?
By giving them people that they can talk to and get different perspectives on a similar problem.
This almost makes me feel like we need to have a marketing support group, Kary. We can all just get together and support one another.
We should.
Okay, so now when we're talking about this, and one thing I want you to kind of notice is there's kind of a sweet spot for in here of how long, as I start typing on this one, this number will start changing. And we want to kind of keep this between 200 and 500 characters-ish. So it doesn't, this is designed to be a tool tip. This isn't a tool dissertation. This is designed to be something that you could put on your blog or on Facebook and stuff. So, okay. So now this is where you just going to kind of, this is this is the lion's share of the content. So when we're talking about a support group, you know, why should your target audience use a support group as opposed to alternatives, which I could think of alternatives being like, you know, medication, suffering in silence at home. Why should they do this as opposed to alternatives?
It helps them to be with other people with that same problem and see that they are not alone. I'm
going to fix those when we do the editing part because I'm not a good typist. Okay, what else?
It builds up their circle of friends and connections.
God, my typing is terrible. Which just goes to show this works for everyone. Builds up your circle of friends and connections so you can what?
So you can, I don't want to say that because I think we already said that in the first sentence.
Say it. What you? Here's the thing. Don't judge. Don't edit as you're going. The whole purpose of this is just to get it out. Then you can edit it. Once it's done, you can edit. And that's the biggest thing that hurts writers a lot is trying to edit as you go. It slows you down, and that's what actually causes writer's block. So, you know, I'm just going to make a suggestion. It builds up your circle of friends and connections so you can start moving around in the world with confidence.
Okay.
And I mean, as you build confidence, the whole world starts to open up for you. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So what else? Or are we good?
I think that's a good
start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to add in, and it's free.
I can. And I still can't spell circle. And best of all, it's free. All right, cool. Okay, next.
Okay.
How does this tool work to help make your target audience's lives easier? So here's what this does to help you. So again, don't worry about repeating and other stuff like that. We're just trying to get the ideas out. Okay, so how does it make their life easier?
They don't have to go looking for somebody to talk to when a problem comes up. They already have the people around them.
I like it. What else?
It gives them a resource if they're looking for, if other problems pop up around their cleft lip and palate, or you know, they have a resource of people to help with that.
Oh, sorry. Something else. I have 3 screens going, and one of them popped up and stole my cursor. You have resources available. to help with that, with those problems too?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. And what can they do with this tool right now to get closer to their goals? So here are the steps you can take to put this to work immediately. So this is a great thing to do when you're creating any type of content. And I call it like value bombs. When you're dropping value bombs in the world, telling them what to do next is great. And if you can give them like 3 steps, that's even better. There's something magical about 3 steps. More than 3 steps, people just start, their minds just go, they get overwhelmed. So, you know, basically here's what you should do next. Here, what should they do now?
Okay. Search for groups on the internet.
Okay. In your local area?
Well, I was gonna suggest look for like a group in the local area, a group online.
Okay. So search for groups on the internet, search for groups in your local area. Okay.
Contact an organizer and find out what the group does and how they work.
Sounds like you might have done this before.
I might have.
But see, Jim, that's a good principle. People forget that they know something someone else doesn't.
Absolutely.
They've done it so many times. So this is great.
Yeah, and actually I forgot. It took, when you asked like, how do you do this? It took me a minute to think back, like, how did I find people?
It's good.
It just seems like I just did it. It magically came. But there were actual steps that I took.
Right. And sometimes that's a great thing. Sometimes you're like, is it really this simple? Am I really putting in this? Yes, just it's really this simple. That's the thing is you're way up here, but we got to reach the people down here and raise them up.
Yep.
And they're not going to understand what we understand up here.
Yeah.
So I just combine these. So search for groups on the internet in your local area, contact an organizer to find out what the group does and how the group works, and give them some kind of an action item like go meet a group, get involved.
Yes. Go to group, introduce yourself.
Okay. Get the ball rolling. Yay. Okay. So let's save this because we always want to save. And believe it or not, we're basically done.
Excellent.
So now we're going to click build, and this is going to give us some ideas for some topics. Now this is kind of, we can click on these all we want. I'm going to clear the clip bin, but what we want to do first is just choose a title. So quick tool tip, use a support group for people with cleft palate to feel more confident in public. That's okay, but let's keep clicking. This is a support system to help you feel more comfortable, feel more confident in public. That's got some things. I mean, I would think, you know, I'm gonna add that by clicking the when you click the little shopping cart button, it's like you're shopping for sales copy.
Oh.
It adds it to the little clip bin, so we can grab that later. Let's click on another one. Quick tip: how to use how to use a support group for people with cleft palate to feel more confident in public. What do you think of that title? It's okay?
Yeah.
But you're not thrilled with it.
It's
not floating your boat, Crissy.
On one hand, it's like it's exactly what it is, but it doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel like fun. Okay, yeah. So here's what we can do. And again, if we go 5 minutes over, is it okay, Kary?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the article and video title wizard. And we're gonna enter in a couple things. So our main keyword phrase is feel more confident. Target audience is person with cleft palate, people with cleft palate, and The big benefit they want is to feel more confident in public.
Yes.
So I'm going to change this one up here to increase self-confidence. All right, let's whack this bad boy and see what we come up with. So increase self-confidence tips, increase, so this is really tips, tricks. Quick, increase self-confidence tip, every person. How about a quick self-confidence tip every person with a cleft palate needs to know?
I think that sounds.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so we're going to come back over here and I'm going to edit that. So we're going to call this a quick self-confidence tip every person with a cleft palate needs to know. So I'm not even, it'll capitalize everything automatically. Now watch this. Remember, we left that blank before, but when I click build, it's in every single spot. That's what's being used now. Okay. So we're going to click save again. So we don't want to lose that. So that's our title. Okay, so look at this. If you're struggling to feel more confident in public, then pay very close attention to what I'm about to share with you. And you're probably going to want to edit this a little bit, but it's about how to use a support group for people with cleft palate, because it's a proven support system that will help you feel more confident in public. And something, I don't like that. If you want to feel more confident in public, then pay very close attention. I want to share with you about about the right way to use a support group for people with cleft palates. So we'll edit that one down. So a support group, and we're gonna, in fact, let's just download this and edit it instead of me trying to edit it here.
Okay.
And for those that are watching and learning, tomorrow, Jim, we're going to be going into a quick-paced struggle, answer, struggle, wizard, and they're going to have even down to book trailers.
Yep.
And how to get a forward, how to get an endorsement. So this is the all-encompassing software. And how are you feeling, Crissy? Are you feeling like we're getting answers, more confidence?
Yeah, and I'm also feeling more confident with how to use Author Wizards to put this together.
Good, and that's definitely a goal.
All right, so if you want to feel more confident in public, then pay very close attention to what I'm about to share with you about the right way to use a support group for people with cleft palate. When all said and done, this support system makes it simple to feel more confident in public by giving you people you can talk to and get different perspectives on a similar problem. Everyone should definitely have, I'm going to say, have a support system, because it helps you I'm not happy with how that reads. It helps you to be around other people with the same problem and see that you're not alone. It also builds up your circle, friends, and connections so you can start moving around in the world with confidence. As you build confidence, the whole world starts to open up for you. And best of all, it's free. Here's how a support group makes life easier for you. And you know what I would do? This is just me. First, you don't have to go looking for somebody to talk to when a problem comes up. You already have people around you to help. Second, it gives you a resource. If other problems pop up around your cleft lip and palate, you have resources you have people available to help with those problems too. Here's your action plan to find here's your action plan to put a support group for those with cleft palate. I can't spell, but that's okay. To work
Okay.
in
We
your
have palate
life.
spelled wrong in the whole thing, but it's consistently wrong.
Okay, well, we can fix it.
That's
Should it be
okay.
2 L's?
No, it should be this. The first E should be an A.
Oh, my bad. That's okay. Here's your action plan to put a support group for those with cleft palate to work in your life too. I'm gonna change this to numbered first. And here I'm gonna search for groups on the internet in your local area. Contact an organizer to find out what the group does and how the group works. Go to group and introduce yourself. Get the ball rolling. Best of all, this proven tool costs nothing. You can access a support group for people with cleft palate for yourself at Facebook, a hospital, or through a private organization such as a charity. So now what I would do, okay, let me ask you this, and I want your honest, no holds barred answer, and I want everybody in Facebook also to say, is this a good first draft or not? And is this something with a little massaging that you would feel comfortable sharing in public and on the internet, Crissy?
Yes.
Okay.
It's better than the first draft I would have done.
Okay.
Much better.
Okay.
And
cool.
faster.
And faster.
Okay.
Good.
Excellent. So the next thing that I would do is I would go back, and I'm curious on Facebook as well. Tell me, I mean, I can take it. I'm 52 years old and I've been whacked. I mean, I got thick skin. So if you don't like it or you think it's BS, say something. Sorry, I said BS.
Well,
Kary.
I just say that means bologna sausage.
Bologna sausage. That's right. So what I would do now, and I'm looking for it real quick. We're going a little over. All right, where's it closed? What I would do would be to create a little ad or something for whatever it is that you want to,
like a little meme.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can you got to have a call to action for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have something, and I'm gonna hook you guys up. So what I would do at this point is I'd go over and use a little curiosity wizard. I'd use the personal ad copy wizard. I'd use something to create a little ad that would go to the back of the book, or to your book. Hey,
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that I wrote a book called Blue Sky Morning? Even though it's a fiction book, it helps people understand how identity affects how they view the world and how they think the world views them. If you'd like to find out more about how this book could actually help you with your self-image, head on over to blueskymorning.com.
Okay.
That just something that simple. At the end, you're presenting the solution and you're making a real smooth transition.
Okay.
But there is a wizard that I need to give you guys that you will have by next month that will make that even easier. And heck, we'll do that as our training next month. We're going to do a training next month on the stealth close, because you guys, that's one thing that authors worry about, being too salesy. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to immolate. See, that's one of them vocabulary words. See, I got a vocabulary. I know how to write. But seriously, we're going to do that one next year, Kary.
Actually, it will be next year.
It will be next
2020
year.
Though, it will. But January, right?
Yeah, we're going to do that in January. I'm going to teach you guys how to transition from content to selling, because that's something that authors have a real problem with. So.
Yes, that's good.
I do.
And I definitely want to tie a bow, because I feel like if people jumped on 5 minutes ago, they might be wondering what we're doing. Here's what Jim has just shared today. Jim has shared content marketing, because again, I really believe most authors do not think like marketers. I mean, is this true, Crissy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just up by the fire, write your novel, write your book, you want to change people's lives, you want to share your story, but you forget that people need benefit-based solutions.
Yeah.
And so what Jim just shared is fantastic. And what that was is you're an Author Academy Elite, Crissy.
Yes.
All the time. People are like, but this is a fiction book, but this is a children's book, but this is a coffee table book, but I don't know how to make this relevant. Well, you, my friend, just had authors pull out the answers. And what this was, folks, is this is a framework. A framework is a solution broken down into simple steps. That's what Crissy did. Crissy gave the solution of finding a support group, and then Jim's author wizard expertise extracted, well, what was that first step? And what was that second step? And what was that third step? And suddenly you have this 3-step process, and people say, Crissy is good. Crissy knows how I feel. Crissy understands my problem. I'm leaning in now. Because, listen, weird analogy, Jim, you got to go with me on this. One of my old mentors said, it's easier to kiss when someone's leaning in. Okay, let me explain what that means.
Please, okay, please.
Like,
I need some elaboration.
What are you talking about, Kary? Okay, hang with me, folks. What Crissy just did through Author Wizards allows the person reading to lean in. They're now leaning in saying, Crissy understands. Crissy knows how I'm feeling. Crissy has gone through this before. Now it's easier to make a connection, as opposed to, hey, everybody, I read this book called Blue Sky Morning. I hope you like it. That's most authors. And then they think that their book's bad or they're bad because nobody's buying, but nobody's buying because they didn't get to sample you and your amazing benefits. Does that make sense?
Yes. And let me add one thing to that. You, Crissy, as the author, as you practice this and start seeing all the different ways that you can help and drop value bombs and use the tools, it gets easier. It gets more automatic. I mean, Kary does it too. I mean, we make it look easy because I can turn on my phone and I can have a 2-word idea and I can talk for 3 minutes or 30 minutes. I mean, it's just practice is all it is. But your job now, Crissy, since you've got the book done, you've got your opus, you've got the tool that you're trying to get everybody to, you need to create content that demonstrates the need, that gets them to say, hey, yeah, that's me. And this is just like the little single bite of the juicy steak, or the Jimmy Dean model, as Kary's so excited. I like the really gut-rotting tacos, but it's the same thing. But the point is that you need to do it and get better and get more confident until it becomes second nature. And something that you feel some trepidation over now, if you did one of these every day for a couple of weeks, by the end of 2 weeks, you would be just bam, bam. Okay, I'm going to write my article today. I'm going to do my tip thing today. You know what? Today, I think I'm going to do a Facebook Live. I'm going to do
LinkedIn
these
article.
things. And it's just, now you're focused on building up your audience and your tribe. And the people are like, hey, I read your book. What else do you have? And then you're going in and you're creating a course using Author Wizards and you're doing all this other stuff.
Yep. That's great.
Awesome.
Listen, folks, I'm going to close it up by saying just a couple quick important things. I'm looking on Amazon right now at your book. It's beautiful. Blue Sky Morning. Check it out, folks. It's on Amazon. And I love the fact that even in your description, Jim, she says that the main character, Emily, had a perfect life, a great job, a loving family, loyal friends. She was about to get engaged, but she got in a car accident and it left her broken physically and mentally. You see how many places you could go with this, Crissy?
Yeah.
About how brokenness, right, Jim?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We even had a conversation before we got on of saying, I gave her some thoughts about some other things she could look at too.
I love it. So this was just one little thing today. Author Wizards gives you so much more. We're going to go live. Is it tomorrow, Jim?
That's tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Erica's going to share the link. It's an absolutely free demo of how this is going to help you do your book trailer, write your book, do forwards, do endorsements, do Facebook Lives. So folks, make sure you register. Jim, I checked the numbers. We're over 1,500 and we only have 1,000 seats that Zoom webinar gives us. So
show up early and show up
folks.
often.
Yeah, and we're going to be giving away some fun prizes as well. Crissy,
Awesome.
thank you so much, and I hope that you continue to have great success with Author Wizards as we continue to help you.
Thank you.
I emailed you the article too, Crissy.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Jim, thanks for being here, man. I'll have my wizard beard tomorrow.
Okay.
I just might.
Can't wait to see that.
I already have mine.
I know you do.
All right. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.